Hi, and welcome to the Destin Business Forum, brought to you by the Destin Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm your host, Amy Perry, and today I have the 2015 Chairman of the Board, Mr. Ken Wampler. You are the President and the CEO of Newman-Dailey Resort Properties, Inc. Is that correct?
President.
President, what did I say?
CEO.
CEO, oh, yeah, you're just the President.
Sorry.
And you, I'm sorry, what's your name? Shane Moody,
yeah.
You are the President and CEO of the Destin Chamber.
Yes. Yep.
Welcome, guys.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so we're going to talk about how great the chairman from 2014 was, right?
Who was the chairman in 2014?
What is her name?
Amy Perry.
All right, so.
Van Perry, right?
Yeah, from the band Perry, there you go. So 2014 is in the books, yay, and a new man is in town. Actually, you've been in town for a long time, but new guy at the helm.
That's right.
All right, so tell us what are your plans for 2015?
I think we're going to focus our energy on strengthening the things that we do really well. We've done a good job of recognizing those things that we don't do well, and we've kind of vetted our way out of that, which I think is very good strategically. But we've got some good core events that we do, some good core practices that we have, and I think we need to continue to strengthen that. But all in all, it's a member-driven organization, and so we need to listen to the members, and as the membership changes, so shall we. At this point, we've got some great functions that are coming up this weekend, the Bayou Bay and back, which is a key function that we have. We expect a great turnout for that, as well as the Bourbon at the Bay, the paddle at the Porch, golf tournament, all those things. So, I would tell you that we're going to work on the things that need work on, but more importantly, we're going to listen to the members and do what they think the business environment needs.
Yeah, and focus on the good things, right?
Absolutely. It's easier to build on strengths than it is to try to improve weaknesses, and I think you can make yourself better overall by building on those strengths. And I like what Ken has said since he's come in.
Right. That's well said, Shane. Destin Forward is growing.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
So we're going to continue with that, right?
Yeah, that's our community education and leadership development program, and we take these business people and try to turn them into business leaders and community leaders over a 9-month period, and give them hands-on, first-hand experience of everything that happens in Destin and what makes Destin tick, and get them behind the closed doors with the city, and so that they really get a feel for that with the nonprofits, with tourism, and what we hope comes out of that program is 18 to 20 people that really want to go forward and step up and become community leaders. Makes our job as a chamber, makes Ken's job as a chairman way easier when we've got those people who have learned with that firsthand experience.
And everybody I've talked to that's come out of Destin Forward absolutely loves it, and I think every single person has said they've learned at least one thing.
Absolutely.
Even if they've been here all their lives,
Yep.
They've learned one new thing.
Yeah,
it makes them better ambassadors.
Yeah,
too.
and that's a great point, because the last 2 years we've had one class member who I think is 26 years old. She grew up, her dad's a boat captain in town, so she grew up on the water. We had another person that was 40 or 41 who grew up and lived here, and each one of them after every class said, I had no idea that this happened,
right,
or that this was in Destin. And that's people who were raised on the water, on the beaches, on the harbor here. So that's how you know the program's effective.
Right. Good program. Lunches. We moved from breakfast to lunches, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah.
4 years ago? Wow, time flies. Going to continue the lunches?
Absolutely. This year what we saw was we changed kind of the focus of the lunches. We didn't do the same old thing, 12 lunches in a row. We switched them up and did some non-for-profits, and we did some expos, and I think again that's because we're listening and watching what the membership is doing, so we're adapting, and the staff of the chamber does a fantastic job, basically being the conduit to the board and saying, hey guys, this is kind of fallen off, let's see if we can't add a little spark to it, and so they've done a great job with bringing that and implementing it.
Yeah, and we're lucky. We've got 4 people that work in that office with me every day that are they make my job so easy, which means that Ken's going to look good with the end results, just like you looked good all last year with the end results. And without those 4 folks in the office, that wouldn't happen.
You've got, and I don't want to jinx it, but great staff.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
With the exception of maybe Susie.
Yeah.
Joking. Susie is wonderful. Elizabeth, Jackie, and Dina are all, and
absolutely.
They're all women. I wonder if there's a correlation. What do you?
It's the second time today that you have correlated women to success, and I'm.
Hey, I speak the truth.
I was always of the opinion that if you want a guy to look good, hire women.
There you go. There you go. I bet you someone named Amy, not me, told you that, right?
The other Amy.
The other Amy.
Okay, so I have just a general question. Shane, I'm going to get you to answer it first, and then you can expound upon it if you will. What do we, as a chamber, do really well?
That's a good question. I think,
And
my
you better say
perspective.
this show
yeah, and this show obviously with our hostess every month. And I think my perspective and Ken's perspective, him as the volunteer chair, much as you were volunteer chair, mine are a little bit different. I think from the inside looking out, which is how I see it. I think we're really good at regional and statewide involvement in the government affairs process and the economic development process. We're known across the state, the Destin Chamber, we're one of the go-to chambers, not just in Northwest Florida, but in the state for the Florida Chamber to come to when they're looking for support on something. And I think the way we look at regional economic development, community development, and statewide, we understand how that affects us both directly and indirectly, which is one of the things that you as a board charged me with doing. And I think that's what we do, one of the things that we do really, really well.
Okay, all right. Ken.
And it's going to be hard to expand on that. Obviously, I'm going to go back to the fundamental purpose of the chamber, and that is to be the conduit for and the advocate for the businesses in the Destin area, not just Destin proper, but the Destin area. And we can't do that if we're not listening to what's going on in the state or the local governments, because the local governments have a big impact on how businesses either fail or succeed, and how we process all the visitors. Processing all the visitors becomes a big challenge in the summertime, and luckily, the city's charged with doing that efficiently and effectively. And if they're not effective, then the businesses obviously don't maximize their customers. And so we all need to work together to make sure that works efficiently and effectively.
Yeah, it is all interrelated. That's what I found out.
It is.
One thing definitely affects another. I think our chamber is very good, as you say, on regional issues, governmental issues, and I think that I can only speak for last year, but I think we did a really good job of listening not only to the members, the other board members, and staff. Staff can really tell you what's going on if you're not, if you can't be everywhere, and you can't.
Right,
So,
and like we mentioned the 4 people a while ago that work in the office with me, they're the ones that are talking to everybody every day.
Yes.
They're the ones who are hearing it, so they're the best source of information that we have.
Absolutely. I am so sorry, but I have to cut it short. Come back, okay?
Absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
I'm going to read upcoming events real quick. Tuesday, February 10th, Leaders in Business Lunch, sponsored by Fort Walton Beach Medical Center, and that is at the Destin United Methodist Church. Tuesday, February 10th is Member Appreciation Day, and the Multi-Chamber Business Expo is Thursday, March 12th at the Emerald Coast Convention Center. The Destin area, Greater Fort Walton Beach, and Niceville Valparaiso chambers will host this event. Booths are available, but they are going quickly, so call today. See you next time.